They had very few treats a year. Canon Fisher, one of the cathedral clergy, gave each student an egg at Easter each year.
That was their treat.
That was their treat.
Yes. We had a meeting of the former students, which happens every year, and somebody said, why isn't there a book about the college? Jenny had been the editor of the college magazine for many years, and we were both enthusiastic about writing the book.
We had an enormous amount of old archive material, which we felt shouldn't go to waste, and we wanted to get people's first-hand memories recorded and the story of the college embedded in local history.
It's extremely important for us to be here in the cathedral so close to the cathedral, which was part of our lives really, and that of students from the start of the college.
This was the first college that was specifically for women teachers. It was founded by the National Society for the Church of England, and we have wonderful stories about some of these first women who came here.
That included Thomas Hardy's two sisters, Mary and Kate. They were actually quite unhappy here, weren't they? But Thomas used them in his novel Jude the Obscure. He used their experiences, so that was quite an important episode in the life of the college.
The early students had to put up with very austere conditions. You can imagine what it must have been like here in King's House with, little heating and very poor food and very cold. They had to do all the cleaning work and so on, the housework.
Yes.
How do you know that the food was poor?
Because we've got written evidence. This is one of the things about our book. It is all based on first-hand evidence, notes which the students wrote themselves and the lecturers.
I'll just read a little bit about what food was like at the time of the First World War, when conditions were very austere. Food was rationed, but the students were grateful to Florrie, the head cook, for her efforts. A typical menu at this time was on Friday kipper or bloater for breakfast, cheeses, watercress or other salad with round oat biscuits we called joy pellets for lunch, and baked potato with beetroot or pickles for supper. A Saturday night supper was noted for very hard baked pastry with tasteless jam. We called it pavement.
One of the main things is the friendship. This comes through really from the early days of the college. Strong friendships were formed, and that's why so many people still today, former students, gather every year, as they will be doing next May. There'll be about 500 students here.
Yes, it's the 40th anniversary since it closed in 1978, so this is quite a special year for us, and it's really quite remarkable that people are still flooding back.
We remember our years here in the 60s, that was our era, and by then men were actually allowed in our rooms, which was quite incredible, but they had to be out of the college grounds and the cathedral grounds by 10 o'clock every night.
In the earlier years, people who had boyfriends had to pretend they were brothers or cousins. I think some of the students had a lot of family visiting them.
Yes.